Hello everyone. Welcome to the 6th annual Transgender Valentines Banquet. We're so glad that you're here. If you're not familiar with the history about the banquet, let me tell you. In 2015, I was invited to a support group with families with gay children. It turned out to be a support group for the adult transgender community. Well, I stayed the hour and I listened to the stories and I just fell in love. And I remember sitting in my Jeep after the meeting thinking, I want to spend more time with these people. And I wanted to open up my home and make a big pot of spaghetti. And that's how the Transgender Valentine's Banquet got started.
I'm feeling a little bit underdressed for a banquet.
Oh, don't feel that way, Parker. You know, we always get dressed up for the banquet. What makes tonight any different?
You're right. In years past, we've had a night of food, entertainment, dancing, photo booths, and while the venue may look a little bit different this year, the purpose has remained the same, to honor and celebrate the trans community.
So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Hello, my name is Charlie Burton. I am the Program Director for Black Trans Men Incorporated. Black Trans Men was founded in 2011 by Carter and Esperanza Brown. Our national headquarters is located in Dallas, Texas. We are the first national nonprofit social advocacy organization specifically focused on empowering African American transgender men. At BTMI, we provide services for African American trans men with our Akani Men's Mentoring Program, our Brother to Brother Binder Program, and our Top Surgery Grant Program. We continue to grow and provide African American trans men the tools to become the leaders in their area and to help provide the personal growth as he walks the path of becoming the man that he sets out to be. At BTMI, our motto is that one is not born a man, he becomes one. My path started 10 years ago with meeting Carter Brown and BTMI and the tools and the services and the dreams that Carter had for this organization. For the last 10 years, I have worked with Carter and I have found my voice in our movement to carry on and help as many African American trans men that I possibly can by representing black trans men with pride. No one needs to feel alone and isolated in their journey. We are here and willing to love you and provide for you until you can love and provide for yourself. And then simply pass along your nuggets that you have learned to someone else. That's how we grow. Please visit us at www.blacktransmen.org. Give if you can to our Binder program, to our Surgery Fund, or our Empower Him program. We cannot do this alone, and we need your help so that we can continue to uplift our trans youth and our trans elders and our community.
Hey everybody, I'm Sidney Bullens. Welcome to my home in Nashville, Tennessee. Happy Valentine's Day, and I'm honored to be a part of this event tonight. I'm going to sing a song for you from my new album, Walking Through This World. It's my first album as Sidney. All of my other albums from my long and storied career are under the name Cindy Bullens. I started transitioning about 9.5 years ago, later in life, and I wanted to write about the experience of my transition. So all 10 of the songs are related to my transition in one way or another. There's a love song to my wife on there too. But anyway, I'm going to sing a song for you now from it called The Gender Line. If you were me, what would you do? You look in the mirror and it's not really you. You fumble around something to wear. You feel invisible, you're not really there. Would you think you were crazy and out of your mind? You're not in your body, you're living a lie. There's a train in the station, there's a car in the drive. They won't take me over the gender line. No, they can't take me over the gender line. I knew about a young man in my little town, kept to himself and didn't run with the crowd. Wicked secrets locked up in his head, a vicious monster hiding under his bed. There was no reason in anyone's mind what would possess him to take his own life. There's a train in the station, planes lined up to fly, but they couldn't take him over the gender line. No, they couldn't take her over the gender line. Are you a boy or are you a girl? It's an easy answer in a binary world. There's a boat in the harbor, planes lined up to fly. They couldn't take you over the gender line. No, they can't take you over the gender line. I had to crawl over the gender line. Are you a boy or are you a girl? Thank you, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day. If you'd like to know more about me, go on my website, CIDNYBULLENS.com, and you'll get all the info there. I want to thank Parker for asking me, and take care on your own journeys. Have a safe life. All the best. Bye-bye.
Hello, my name is Armani Iocolucci, and I am a transgender woman of color. I have been an activist for several years, and I have hosted seminars, led marches, hosted galas, you name it. And I found out about TSER about 4 years ago. I was a participant at their event called Trans Youth Leadership Summit, which is an amazing summit that brings trans youth and trans students together to share workshops, to share education, to connect, and to network, and to be in a community of people just like themselves. It was such an amazing experience, and we ended up leaving that trip in tears because we had found home in one another. And after that, I was stuck with TSER. I knew how much it was doing for people because it did a lot for me, and I could see that. And for the past decade or so, TSER has been the place for resources and infographics and supporting people's journey as they go forth, learning and educating themselves both in college and in activism. And it has been an amazing resource for trans folks. So I stuck with the organization for a few years, and then I became the program director as of last year. It's my goal with trans student educational resources to inspire youth to build up people of color and give them the voice that they need and that they deserve. It takes patience with oneself to acknowledge how you're feeling, acknowledge how you're doing, and be there to support yourself just as you would a loved one. I always say that whether you're in a relationship or single, you're always in a relationship with yourself, and you have to treat yourself like you would someone you love. I want you guys to be able to go in front of a mirror and see that person as a separate entity altogether. They are your friend, and you know everything that they're going through. So be there for yourself. Acknowledge how you're feeling. See it as true and as valid, and give it the time that it deserves without letting it take over. Show yourself the love that you deserve, and then you'll be able to give it to others as well. You can't give your best if you're not at your best. So much love from me and all of TSER to you guys this year, and much love from you to yourself.
Hi. Hey, what's up? I am Jack Finn, and I'm super excited to be sharing with you my song Fire that I recorded live a while ago. And I know that Valentine's Day can be a little tough for everyone in general, but especially for queer folk and trans identifying persons. And so I just want to say, if you're obviously lucky and fortunate to have your blood family with you and being supportive, that's really awesome. But if not, and you're still out there looking for your chosen fam, or if you have cool family but you're still trying to find some chosen fam, that will happen. You just got to give it time. Just know that you're loved, and if you're not feeling the love today, that there are definitely plenty of people out there that are down and will love you, and you will get that. So just hang tight. So I hope that you have a great Valentine's Day. No, I'm just kidding. Load up on candy, snuggle up to a fun pillow, watch a good movie. That's all you need, and just tell your friends you love them. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the song, and thank you, Free Mom Hugs, for allowing me to share this with you.
Blame it on fate that I felt this way. I'm sorry if I caused you pain. Didn't mean to drag you into this. You don't believe I crossed the line. All I did was speak my mind. There's no sin in letting your heart win. Ooh, my nerves, they are fire. Ooh, mine is fire for you. Ooh, my nerves, they are fire. Ooh, I can't get over you. Rush roulette when I feel this way. Oh God bless, am I insane? How could you shut me out like this? You don't believe I crossed a line. All I did was speak my mind. This I did was let my heart win. Ooh, my nerves, they are fire. Ooh, I just fire for you. Ooh, my nerves, they are fire. Ooh, I can't keep
Hey everyone, my name is AJ Tiedemann and I use they, them pronouns. Firstly, happy Black History Month to all my Black TGNC siblings. I hope y'all are able to celebrate the instrumental and groundbreaking work of your Black transcestors this month and year round. And for everyone out there, you can follow the nonprofit I work for, the Southern Arizona Gender Alliance, to learn more about a Black transcestor, a Black trans elder, or a local Black TGNC person in Tucson every day of this month. And so learning this history is super important in carrying on the legacy of trans liberation and feeling trans pride, right? So like, read up, y'all. So anyways, yeah, I'm the program manager of the Southern Arizona Gender Alliance, aka SAGA, which is a nonprofit based in so-called Tucson, Arizona, aka Tohono O'odham and Pasco Yaqui land, right? They're the sovereigns of this land. And so SAGA has been serving the trans and gender nonconforming community of Southern Arizona since 1998, that makes us the oldest TGNC org in the Southwest. It's pretty cool. And we started off as a small group of folks, providing a couple support groups here and there. And now we've grown into providing 7 monthly support groups dedicated to various TGNC identities, parents and guardians of trans young people, and therapeutic counselors with TGNC clients, which are all online now. We also provide trans comprehension trainings to businesses, schools, and other nonprofits, which anyone can now inquire about since also we're all online on Zoom. So yeah, also, in fact, our trans comprehension trainings actually originate from a Black trans legend, Alexander Goodrum's Gender Identity 101, a transgender primer. May he rest in power. And this year we'll be launching a trans comprehension training program in partnership with the Tucson Pima collaboration to end homelessness, to tackle biases within housing institutions, which, as y'all know, greatly affect a disproportionate number of our TGNC siblings. And so, yeah, 2020 was a rough year, y'all. It's still rough. But in 2020, SAGA was able to implement new programming that confronted some of the hardships brought by COVID. For example, we sent out 6 months of trans care packages, provided 3 free equine therapy groups to TGNC young folks in partnership with the Therapeutic Ranch for Animals and Kids track. And we distributed just under $10,000 in mutual aid to TGNC folks in Southern Arizona. So that was pretty cool. And I'm glad that we had the fortune to do that. So yeah, SAGA is a volunteer-run, majority volunteer-run organization. We just have 1.5 staff, but we reach thousands of TGNC folks and their families and friends every year. So if you're able to support our mission and our growth, you may do so via Venmo or Cash App at SAGA Tucson. That's SAGA Tucson, TUCSON, or via PayPal at treasurer@sagatucson.org. We can also receive checks via mail at P.O. Box 41863, Tucson, Arizona 85717. And if it's easier to look all this stuff up later, you can go to our website at sagatucson.org, and there's a donate button at the top of the page. So yeah, thank you so much, Free Mom Hugs, and everyone for inviting us to be part of your loving event. I think it's pretty neat that COVID has in some ways brought many of us closer together, right? Because like Zoom events like these, we're able to reach a broader audience, and that's pretty cool. So for all my TGNC siblings out there, please know that you're loved. You can find community with us. Please join us on our social medias, on our Zoom support groups, and we won't stop fighting until all TGNC folks are liberated.
Hello everyone, I'm Supernova. I'm a proud transgender woman and queer pop artist, and I want to wish you all a very lovely Valentine's Day. I'm very honored to present to you a performance of one of my songs, Splendor Dysphoria. It's a song I wrote when I was first coming out and transitioning and still figuring out who I was. I didn't have the support of my parents or family, but I was very lucky to have eventually found a warm and loving queer community who supported me through and through. So just in case you need one more person to remind you on this day of love, you are beautiful and unique and perfect just the way you are, and no matter where you are in your life right now, I know you have something wonderful and amazing to share with the world. And maybe that's not something that you know or have ready today, or a year, or 3 years, or 10 years even, but one day you will have it, and it will be absolutely beautiful, and I can't wait to see it. Thank you again, and I hope you have a wonderful Valentine's Day.
I am soft and crude and I can be me or he or she or they. Cause a girl can dream and he can be pretty and mean. Cause I don't wanna hate you today. Yeah, I just wanna live my ways. And I know I'm gonna pay. But you can't have me any other way. Cause I bleed and I cry, you leave and I die, just like you when you sleep at night. Cause a boy can dream and she can be a glitter queen. Cause I don't wanna hate you today. Yeah, I just wanna live my way. And I know I'm gonna pay. But you can't have me any other way.
Hello, my name is Eli. My pronouns are he, they. I'm the Communications Director with TGIJP, the Transgender, Gender Variant, Intersex Justice Project based in San Francisco, California. TGIJP was founded in 2004 with the help of a Soros Justice Fellowship from the Open Society Institute. The purpose was providing legal services to TGI people, primarily those in California prisons. Alex Lee was a member of the TGIJP Founding Advisory Board and the OR's first director. In 2005, Lee brought on Miss Major to help run the organization. At that time, TGIJP had just merged with the Transgender in Prison Committee, TIP. TIP, Transgender in Prison Committee, became a community organizing program of TGIJP that Miss Major then led. In 2009, Lee left the organization, and in 2010, Miss Major became TGIJP's first executive director, which shifted the organization to being a Black trans-led organization, which also shifted the work of the organization. So from 2010 to 2014, TGIJP went from doing legal service work to peer legal advocacy programs. TGIJP began to be predominantly led by formerly incarcerated Black trans women and trans women of color. And there was a priority put on the voices of the currently incarcerated Black trans women and trans women of color. In late 2015, Ms. Major retired and she passed the torch on to Ms. Janetta Johnson, who is our current executive director. Under Ms. Janetta Johnson's leadership, we have implemented social economic justice fellowship programs and a re-entry program that supports our family when they come from the cages. Black Girls Rules is one of TGIJP's programs that expand our reach beyond California. Before the pandemic, 60-plus Black trans leaders from across the nation gathered to build our organizational development through political education and strategizing on what is needed for the liberation of Black trans people. Since the pandemic, the work of TGIJP has continued to expand and address root issues of the disproportionate violence by police, state, and also gender police. So this month of February, TGIJP is publicly launching our capital campaign to acquire a building in San Francisco. It's a building for resistance. It's a home for us all. TGIJP has done all the amazing work that I talked about without having equitable or sustainable space to work from, and having to deal with the barriers of being an organization that's Black trans led and Black trans prioritized. Our executive director is unapologetically a Black trans woman that's formerly incarcerated and was a sex worker. So I encourage all of you watching this to join the fight for Black trans liberation. Make a commitment. Say that again. I encourage you all watching this to join the fight to Black trans liberation. Make a commitment to contributing to ending human rights abuses against TGIJ people across the globe, especially Black trans women. I'm sending love to every Black trans person in the world. Those that see this and those that can't, I hope you feel it. In the words of Black trans media, when the world tells us we are nothing, remember that you are everything. Black trans everything. Happy Black Trans History Month. Power and liberation to all oppressed people across the globe.
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone! My name is Kai Shapley, and here's a little bit about me. My favorite subject. I'm 10 years old, and I'm a trans girl, and I've always been myself. My mom didn't realize it until I was about 4 and a half. But once she realized it, we all stopped pretending. I'm an actress, a chicken keeper, soon-to-be astrophysicist, and I'm the biggest Dolly Parton fan. If you know her, tell her to call me. For now, the most important thing I do is advocating for equal treatment and civil rights for trans people. I've won an Emmy for Trans in America, Texas Strong, and I was a guest star in episode 4 of Babysitter's Club. If you haven't seen it, it's on Netflix. I was even invited to attend the Equality Act hearing in DC, where my mom testified to pass it. I try to post on my social media what's going around in the political community, but I also try to balance it out with pictures of my cats and chickens. Isn't that right, chickens? Don't forget to follow me on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook to see how you can get involved politically. Also, say hi and say that you saw me on Free Mom Hugs. Listen, I know it may seem sometimes the whole world is against us, but it's not. With lots of polls and research, we figured out that the vast majority of Americans on both sides of the aisles believe that LGBTQ people deserve their rights too. It's important that we, 1, remember that there are more people with us than against us, and 2, tell our family what we need from them, and tell your friends too. Hey Jimbo, you call your congressman and tell him to stop attacking trans kids yet? It's just that easy. Easy peasy. No matter what your gift, no matter what your talent. Each of us can use that in our spare time to change the world. Write a letter, send an email, give a hug. Oh, I was just handed this disclaimer for legal purposes. Remain 6 feet apart, double masked with a face shield, wrapped in bubble wrap with a snorkel covering a HEPA filter secured. Whatever. You are a difference maker, and it will make your heart happy to help in this civil rights movement. And Valentine's Day is the perfect day to make your heart happy. Have a happy Valentine's Day. Listen, I know sometimes...
This is gonna...
Listen, I know sometimes it may seem that the whole world is against us, but it's not. I know that sometimes it may seem like the whole world is against us, but it's not.
Cut!
Hi, Free Mom Hugs community. My name is Eli Conley, and I am so pleased to be here with you today in this online way from my home in Sacramento, California. I grew up in Virginia, and I came out as queer initially around 15, and a couple years later as non-binary, or genderqueer as we said at the time. And over the years eventually came to identify as a trans man. And I've been reflecting this year on that journey and about the adults that were vocal allies for me at that time. As you know, it makes a huge difference to have a parent or a teacher or somebody else in the community who lets you know you are perfect exactly as you are, that you are accepted 100% for who you are. You don't have to hide yourself. And I know that for allies, it can also be a big risk to stand up and say that you stand with queer and trans folks, the LGBTQIA community more broadly. So I just want to say thank you so much to all of the moms and everybody else out there who mothers in their own way, whether or not they are a mom themselves. It means so much to have your support, and it means so much to be able to come together even in this time when we can't be physically together. I'm going to share a song with you that I wrote reflecting on the many folks I know who have come out since I first came out. I'm in my mid-30s now, and I actually am a teacher as well as a singer-songwriter. I teach songwriting and singing to queer and trans folks and allies, and I'm currently doing all my teaching online, so I'd love to have you in a class if that's something that you're interested in. You can check out the info at my website there. So I'll share this song with you, really reflecting on aging into being kind of an elder in the trans world, even though I'm still pretty young in my actual years. And It goes out to anybody who is trying to figure out what's the next step for you in your gender journey. There may come a time when your body don't feel easy, and in order to be free, it has to change. There may come a time when your gender, it just fractures, and you have to take some action, rearrange. If it's that time, to show them who you are. You've been asking every star that they would see. Hey, that's me, that's me. Hey, that's who I hoped I'd be. I've been dreaming that the world finally see. Hey, that's me. There may come a time when your voice is not so faithful, and you cannot sing a mouthful of what you need. There may come a time when your songs will feel too heavy, and your breath is too unsteady for the deed. If it's that time, got to find some way to sing, though every single thing in you disagrees. Hey, that's me, that's me. Hey, that's how I've tried to be. I've been dreaming that the world finally sees that who I am today is made up of me's I stripped away. There may come a time when you find out you're an elder, so you hold out your umbrella for the young. There may come a time when your wrinkles are like spiders, and they keep on getting wider in the sun. Hey, that's me, that's me. Hey, that's how I hope I'll be. I've been dreaming that the world finally see. Hey, that's me. Happy Valentine's Day, y'all. Keep up the good fight.
Oh my goodness, that was so good. I enjoyed it from the beginning to the end. I hope you did too.
We want to send a very special thank you to all the performers and organizations featured on tonight's program, as well as the sponsors, the volunteers, and entertainers from years past and present. We could not have done this night without you.
And to our transgender friends and family, we want you to know, on behalf of Free Mom Hugs, we're celebrating you every day. Now, until next year, happy Valentine's Day.